Welcome back to Astroneer. This is part 5, and here we are on the beautiful sandy planet of Calidor. In the night sky there we can see one of those must be silver. I think the one just about to go below the horizon. There's a moon around it, and the other one must be Visania, with the moon of Novus preceding it across the horizon. There's also, I guess we can call it the Milky Way, the line of the galaxy. There's another planet rising up over the horizon. I do not recognize that just from looking at it. Could it be Atrox? I don't think it's Glacio, so I think it has to be Atrox based on a process of elimination. Anyway, here we are. And I've got a bit of soil on our back. We are going to claim one of the two buggies that I didn't intend to unlock. I didn't know we were going to get this second buggy. I'm just going to claim this first one. And buggies need a buggy seat to work. So to make a buggy seat, I'll pop my small printer on here. We need some... what do we need for a buggy seat? Oops, sorry, it's not backpack. Buggy seat. This is a... no paper, blah blah. It's got to be in here somewhere. Rover seat. Compound. We need some compound. So let's move the printer for now and use our soil centrifuge to make us some compound. Preset this for that seat. We don't want two of them, and they print awfully quickly. Actually, you know what? We do want two of them, so let's do two of them anyway. Because I also have another vehicle I'm going to print up and use while we're here. The other printer I want is the one that requires the rubber and 2 plastic. Now, power has gone to almost 0 again because we have no sun at this time of day or this time of night. So the next task we're going to do is dealing with this terrarium. They always want soil. So let's provide some soil. They also want, on this one, some copper. So we did get some malachite here, and that is going to smelt into copper. So let's run that. Well, I think the sun may be coming up because things started moving. Oh no, there's a little bit of wind. So even here on Calidor, it is worth having a little bit of wind power as part of your system. Run that flat. Or lots and lots of soil. I think I may have gone a little bit mad with the soil. Not really any point in hanging on to that laterite without smelting it, so let's get that smelted. Waiting for that other bit of plastic. This chemistry lab does require quite a lot of power, so I'm trying to get 10 there, another 5 for the smelter, and another, I think it's probably just 1 for the small printer. Yeah. So 16 power I'm asking for, and I'm only providing 2.5 from one QTRTG there, one over here, and half from the field shelter, and then nothing at the moment from the wind. So that's why this is going very slowly. However, we've got that first one printed up, so we just did it, finished. So let's unwrap our buggy. Doesn't have to be on the landing pad, it just happens to be right now. And pop in a seat. And of course, missed the seat completely. Where did it go in? Maybe it doesn't like being on the landing pad. That's, if that's so, I've just messed up because why won't it go? Okay, let's unwrap it and then see if it'll go in. Why won't it go in? I think I've messed up leaving the buggy on the landing pad. So, not a problem. I can fix that. Here's some more soil for my soil centrifuge, and we will print up a piece of graphite. What use is graphite, we ask? With the graphite I can print up a packager, and with the packager I can package up the buggy. Also, I've got some sun, the sun is out, so I can now use, I don't need the printer for the packager, I do need those things for the new toy I'm going to print up over here, which is the medium rover. So let's get that one going. Let's grab our graphite and let's print a packager on our backpack, which requires this printer. I think I've unlocked the packager. I think they give it to you. Better double check. Oh, I didn't unlock it. Okay, no problem. Now I have. So, packager. Okay, with our packager, we can undo our mistake with the buggy. Not if you plug it into a socket, you can't. It's got to go somewhere that isn't part of the buggy. Okay. Right, now let's move the buggy. Pop it down, not on the landing pad. And yeah, that was slightly annoying, but because we've got our soil centrifuge handy, not a problem. Now the other toy we have is the medium buggy. Pop that one down over here too. And we'll put the rover seat from this one on it. Okay, rover seat here. And let's use a QTRTG, since we have one, to power that vehicle. And we have another QTRTG, so let's use that one for the buggy. And before we get too distracted with those vehicles, let's just check what we need here. We needed copper, I believe. Yes, and we should now have the copper. So we have copper. And we need weed. We also completed something there. Oh yeah, really? Okay, so we can claim a shredder. Not sure if I want to do that just yet. I need to find weed. Now, I believe they always place the plants on the planet you need them on. This one we know is either popcorn or a dagger root. I think they deliberately made dagger root look a lot like pop coral, so that when you're down in the caves especially, you can mistake one for the other and go a bit too close. Pop coral is completely safe until you get too close, and then it suddenly isn't. Whereas dagger root, pop coral, until you dig it up, then it explodes in your face and then you've died. With dagger root, if you walk right next to it, the daggers will stick out and kill you, and it's kind of the sneakiest one in the game. This is weed. So let's quickly uproot that. Grab a couple of seeds and feed one. Okay, that's set up the terrarium, and we now need to attach a small horn. And of course I left my small horn at home. It doesn't matter, it only requires a bit of resin. Indeed, here is some resin, so let's just quickly grab some. One more should do it. There it goes. And print that horn. And we can attach that straight to our terrarium. Okay. Now I haven't got any separate air supply up in the buggy, so I'm just going to keep an eye on my air. There he is, okay. And I'll refill my air. Again, you only get about a little bit over a minute of air before you die. By the way, these little dance moves are emotes, and I'm using on my controller an emote wheel. I've set up everything as dance except for yes, no, and wave. Some of these I can activate from my keyboard as well, but I think it only seems to do the first 2 or 3. He's over there. This time I'm going to grab the buggy to go and pick him up, because it looks a little bit treacherous on the ground to get there. Okay. Doesn't matter which dances you do, it just has to be 3 dances. He's happy with that. I'm going to chuck that horn. Okay. Passively produces oxygen that fills tanks and tether networks. Favourite food? Mutant spiny attactus seed, because it attacked us. And mutant volatile attactus seeds. So if we pop this guy over here, at the moment no good. I need to find a mutant spiny attactus. That looks like it might be one. Yeah, actually I need to find a regular one. So that was one, and if I feed him one of these seeds, I don't need that weed anymore. He is keeping us oxygenated. And I believe it's the correct food. That's going to last half an hour. Now I owe this knowledge to my friend Josiwe, Josiwe, who is doing a current run through. In fact, he may have finished it by the time I get this published. And he's been having all kinds of fun with his tethers, and finally got tether free. No need for tethers. Now I've been using vehicles to have to not deal with tethers. I will need to plug him into the lab at some point, but that's not going to happen right this second. Now, talking tungsten, refined tungsten wolframite, that's something we're going to do on this planet. That's why we came here. That was our main reason for coming here. What are these things? Beauties. Look at that. Someone was thinking ahead. So if I plant a couple of those, they'll be ready for me to feed to him when I need them. Now, let's pop our shuttle back here. Where's our... Oh, I did it. I took the... Okay. There's 2 shots left in the fuel pod. It's a bit awkward trying to get those on. Okay. Now, the reason I printed the buggy and the medium rover is to show the difference and how effective the rover can be as a tool. In the meantime, let's just quickly smelt up this malachite, and then let's go looking for some tungsten. So there's a few things we can do with our chemistry set. Let's print some more medium storage units. So back up here, we can set that going and pop in yet more soil. But with our new wide soil mod, soil seems to pop up quicker than you can blink. There's not a lot of power here. That's something else we could do with on this base, is a bit more power. Those things have already grown. I can already harvest those, so they don't take very long. Also, on my back, I've got Stilgar in there. I'm going to pop that seed ready on there, and as soon as he finishes the one he's working on now, he'll have another seed ready to eat. So I'll see that happen, and I'll know roughly how long he gave me. I believe half an hour is the time limit on how long that lasts. Also, on my rover, I can attach these. So I lost one space on the one double space on the back of there, but I've gained 3. I could actually print more of these medium rovers and pull those, but I'll just pull these ones for now, because that's still a lot of space for collecting things. You know what I think I could do with, I keep seeing and not doing research. I keep seeing things that I could research, but then I don't have the materials for it. This is going to print the buggy, so let's switch that back to large platform. Let's do another soil. Actually, there's one over here. You don't lose by doing them one at a time. You don't get more by doing 2 at a time, other than you get double what you did by doing 1 at a time. So I'm not wasting opportunity, as it were. I could probably do with a bit more power here. Let's take that. Pop it over here. Something else I wonder is, I could do with a drill on my medium rover. What does that take? Is it Yeah, I could do a paver, but a paver is going to cost a lot of bytes. You need a space for the paver and a space for the drill. This drill, tungsten, carbide and ceramic. I think I have those things. Let's check the... Kind of wish it wouldn't go away from where you left it. Okay, so that one I can do. That one, titanium we don't have. That one, titanium we don't have. But we can print this one. Tungsten carbide and ceramic. Tungsten carbide only requires tungsten and carbon, and carbon comes from organic. So we can have carbon very easily. What we need is that tungsten. And of course we can have ceramic very easily with our soil centrifuge. So I'll pop this on here. This power can actually still run through that that small unit there. Let's go roving and find some tungsten. And maybe some batteries or something else. So this isn't as quick as the buggy. It's, I think, a great deal slower than the buggy, but it has the advantage that it can pull things and carry quite a lot of space. In fact, I could fit another medium space on the front there. So I've gained 3 medium slots by dragging this, but I've lost 1, and I've still got 1 on the front here. Tungsten is, I think, probably mountains. Oh, let's look. This record. Planets, Calidor, Wolframite is found in the mountains. That's the material I'm looking for. Does anything look like a mountain? That does. And also this rover only takes that 1 unit of power. I could do it with solar during the day, but of course it isn't always day. And I could start doing a bit more research, because I've been ignoring research items all this time. That's quite an impressive mountain. There's a block of something up on the top there, but I don't think it's Wolframite. Okay. There's some compound over here, and there's resin over there. Those aren't the things I'm looking for. These are not the resources you are looking for. Now, I'm not sure that actually counts as a mountain, because we're not in a region called mountain. We can bring up the compass. Whoops. Oh, we are in a region called mountain, so that could... It's kind of funny when I'm on a flat plane and this is in the mountains, but that could have tungsten. It could be under the surface and I just can't see it. I don't see any sticking out. I wonder if there's any under the surface. Organic under the ground. Organic because that's what's on the surface. Organic. Too far away. Well, this one doesn't seem to want to give me any tungsten, but yeah, that wind's blowing again. I love it. Okay, this is also an unusual bit of floating terrain there. That's not tungsten up there. That is some graphite. There's a couple of plants over here. I don't see wolframite there either. Go around the other side. I'll know it when I see it. I feel sure. Oh, whoop, whoop, whoop. Oops. Oops. That was unintended. Okay, could have been a lot worse actually. It's not too bad. We've got an area. So when you're in a buggy or any vehicle, you're actually completely safe. If you have a fall, it's not a problem. As long as you stay in the buggy and don't panic and jump out, you're not going to get injured. You're also protected from plants. You know what I didn't do is pick up my own QTRTG. Okay. So, I'm probably not going to find it underground. So let's do a quick turnaround. Can I hop up here? Yes, I can. You never know what these rovers are capable of until you try. And it turns out they're actually capable of a huge amount. I could almost drive up the side of that mountain. The problem is I'd probably fall off when I stopped. But they will grip like crazy. That is what we were looking for. Up there, that is wolframite. Probably it's too high for me to get to right now, but I can. Sparks. So even with my drill mod, I'm having a little bit of trouble. I am making progress, but I could do with a better drill. Well, I don't have to go very far. Let's just briefly borrow the power off the buggy that doesn't need it. I'm on down. Hello? Full of. Okay. I've got a lot of things on my back that I don't really need. It could also be that I haven't got any power. Okay. Oh yeah, okay, that's actually not nearly so bad. So, we've got oxygen from Stilgar and we've got power. All we need now is wolframite. I'm going to do some steps, I need to get up there. A bit more. Whoa. What I do not want to do here is have a fall. I'm a little bit precariously balanced on the side of this mountain, but Astroneers are nothing if not hardy adventurers. Okay, I got something, I got two. Okay. Of course, I haven't got room for any more, so that lot's going to go dropping down the mountain. We'll pop that down there, and that'll be ready for us to collect at the bottom. We did, of course, find our first bit of tungsten just sitting around on the abandoned base right next to the gateway. Just want to make sure, yep, just checking it's falling down the mountain ready for collection. Okay, there's more. Another couple there. Which are definitely at the bottom of the mountain somewhere. Yeah, having Stilgar is really helping here. Alternatives for oxygen include oxygen bottles, but they only give you the same amount as your oxygen tube, so you get a minute, 70 seconds or so from one of those. Ooh. Why would they put those up here to try and catch unwary adventurers? I don't want daggeroos stabbing me if I get too close to that, so I'm just going to upend those. Of course, they didn't put anything here for any reason. It's all procedurally generated. So every time you play, or every planet, every person's playthrough is a little bit different. Layout's never the same twice, which makes it fun. Okay. A bit more over here. So that, I can't research that. I was kind of hoping I could research that, but it doesn't look like I can. However, this piece is going to hang around. I'll have to chuck it down the mountain, just to see where I am in relation to my buggy. It's so low I don't even see it, but it's off that direction. Let's just drop this one off the side of this mountain. I'd never like leaving these bits hanging in the air, but I might have to on this occasion. Good. Okay. If you leave tiny little bits of material hanging in a tunnel, you can get hung up on them and not realise what it is you're hung up on. And they'll stop your rover going through places. Okay, is there more? Terrain tool says no. At least not here. But I got quite a few pieces. Oh! Terrain tool says I forgot this one. Okay, posting that down. So looks like I did get, there might be some underneath my feet, but well, there is some under my feet, okay. So this, what I can do to get down the mountain is just take it down with me. As long as I don't lose track of how deep I've gone. I want to get back to my buggy, which is over there. There we go. Don't go down too fast. Did I turn myself around? Buggy's that direction, so it's actually a little bit above me. I think I just went a tiny bit too low. Okay. Right, here's my buggy. Here's my wolframite. So if you know what, 2 soil is really all you need to carry. If you need more, there's always more. I'll take that organic because I'm going to have use for that. And let's quickly scout the bottom of the mountain and pick up those wolframites I dropped. I've got enough to complete that mission. Oop. There's another one. There's another one. That was one. I think I dropped them all in this kind of cactus forest. I'm gonna I don't think I've seen that one before. Let's pop that on here. We'll take a couple of samples back and make ourselves a research station, because only 40 on that one, but above ground small samples are never too much. Yeah, I don't think I dropped any this direction. Okay, I think I've got all the ones I dropped. While I'm up high, quick look around. Anything? I don't see any abandoned materials. There is a research pod over there. I think I may have already ignored it because it requires input of power, which I don't have. Alright, so back towards base. Base is the other side of this mountain. Let's just go and look at that research pod while we're close by. It might be an easy one. Oh, this rolled quite a long way. Has to be one I dropped. They don't just lie on the surface by themselves. Oh, it's going to be... what's it going to be? Maintain an input? Yeah. Those... one is all I've got with me, and that's not going to be enough, and this is going to be the same, maintain an input. So, that might be something to try. Another one over here, one. Again, they just randomly pop them up. Unusual, and this is another maintain an input. So, we need power for that. I think I know what they intend us to do with that. I think we're going to get, I believe we get a medium generator for completing the Wolframite challenge. Yes, and that medium generator, oops, power. As Tool Time Tim says, more power. Okay. This is an awkward area to cross over. Unfortunately, I've managed to... I think I can get near the mountain, but very awkward. Well, let's go round it just because we've got time. All the time in the world. Very broken area. Difficult to cross that area until you've got yourself a paver tool. And that's only really usable on a large rover. You can do it on a medium, but you won't be able to also dig. You'll only be able to pave because you've only got a slot for space for one. That's not going to be my way through. Here's another research pod. And it's another, they're all maintain power. Maintain power input. A nice secret hole there. It can be a lot of fun bouncing around the surface in a buggy. But you do have to watch out for those big holes. Of course, if you fall in, stay in the buggy until it comes to rest, then flip it over and then dig your way out. Do not leave the vehicle. Quite high up here. See, that thing would be shooting at us if... oh, I see a little bit more wolframite there. I'm not seeing any abandoned materials. No. How much wolframite have I got? I've got a couple on my back, I think. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. That's enough to be going on with. Well, I've only got space for 2. Okay. I've got 4 on my back. We want as much as possible because then we don't have to come back so soon. And I'm going to need some power. This is why QTRTGs are brilliant. Once you've got one, it'll keep refilling your battery. Let's pop these two on the platform. 1, 2, was that another space there? 3. So if we can pick up 3 or 4, we can pick up 4 more. Pardon my cough. If the landscape will oblige, there may not have been much on there. That's saying organic. That was saying wolframite. It's down there. It's down there. It's just hiding from us. I don't think we're going to get 4 pieces out of this, though. Oh. Well, we got 1. Organic. Organic. Did that... no. Organic, organic. Organic. Well, we got 1 piece. So it doesn't have to be a mountain, it just has to be in the region called mountains. Oh, and this is going to run out of power because I didn't plug in the QTRTG. The medium rover does use a lot more power than a buggy, so if you're driving the medium rover, we really do have to have a reliable source of power. The buggy, you can get away with, say, 1 small solar, 1 small wind vane, and that on some planets just the wind vane is enough. It really doesn't take much to keep it going. The tractor is similar, doesn't take a lot. I'm just going to go round to the right. The glowing thing there, what is that? Backpack. Don't think I've seen any backpacks on this planet before. Oh, so oxygen tank, but we don't really need one. Research. Well, let's just take the oxygen tank and let's take the packager. Those other things I don't need. Let's let off a firework. Okay. We've actually got, I think all that light is just coming from my little work light. There is some kind of headlight on the vehicle, unless that's just me also. Maintain power. They're all maintain power. They really want you to try out that generator, I think. Now then, we checked this out and I think we took everything that was of use. Do I see a piece of clay? Let's have that. And everything. Oh, and there is a research item. Let's just take that. Since it's here and we have a space. And everything else, those power cells that are useless. Yeah, everything else we don't really need. There's a work light up there. Space for a work light? Yes, I've got 1 shoulder space. Okay, so he just ate the spare seed. That maintains our oxygen supply and lets us know that it's time to put another seed ready. Of course, most of that time I didn't need him because I was actually near the rover, but I'll bring this around a little bit the other side. But we definitely used his abilities up on the mountain to maintain our oxygen flow. Okay, let's... I'll just take it as it is. Okay, this one can go on the smelter. We can take some of our back. We don't want to smelt all of the organics straight away because it can be used for different purposes sometimes. Let's get rid of that. Let's remember about our oxygen friend and pick another seed. Now the nice thing is every time you plant or collect one of these, you get 2 seeds. One for your friend and one for yourself to plant again. I'm going to print this and put up a research station. Just unlock that. There's a printer. Okay. Completed talking tungsten. For a talking tungsten we get a medium generator. Where's my medium generator? I didn't get one. I claimed it off the scroll wheel and I didn't get a generator. Oops. Well, it shouldn't have let me claim it if I wasn't at a base. Okay. What does it cost to make a medium generator? Printer. Aluminum and tungsten. I have those things. Let's just print one. And then we can pretend we got it for free. Tungsten, aluminum. Right, this is the one we got for free, and the game didn't stinch us out of our medium generator for all the hard work we did collecting that tungsten. That didn't happen. That's going to be a research station, so when we're done, we've got the generator, let's check the printer again and print ourselves that one. I don't know why that's on a different row. I need 2 compound, 1 resin. Compound I can get from soil. That'll print itself. And that's for me. Now, I have a medium generator. Nine power, so 9 is pretty darn good. I'm going to turn it off. I don't know why it started running without any fuel, or at least it said it was running. Maybe it starts in a going state. The storage there. So we are going to smelt some organic because we can turn that into useful material. That's working away. One problem is we still don't have a lot of power supply right now. If this is my research base, then this is a research item. This is a research item, and these things on the back of the rover are research items. Pop them over here. Well, put one of them over here. In fact, what I'm going to do is make sure that goes in first. Ooh, that's a lot of bytes. Of course, that's also not a lot of power. Did I turn it off? Apparently it was on already and I turned it off. Normally I think you have to turn those on. And then this is going to be another lot of bytes. And there are a few things elsewhere around the landscape which we could have used for bytes. So now I'm going to take that one. Let's smelt up some more tungsten since we can. And where did our carbon go? Over here. Pop that on here. We did turn off the unit, and I'm going to unplug that for the moment. What I want to do is see if we're anywhere close to having the power for one of these gates. So, a quick wrong way. And get this up. It's better before I mess with it. Okay. Let's grab our rover. I've got one extra power on the front of that as well, and I can put a second one on, so I can get 11 power very quickly going into this gateway chamber. I think it's called a gateway chamber. Am I close enough? Okay, so that's the one. Now let's turn on this. Okay, I think I needed one more. So, one more will be from this. Oh, it drained the battery on the rover, but I don't know if that's a problem. Let's try this again. Oh, I'm so close. Okay, I'm close but not quite there. If I grab I'm so close. I'm going to grab one each of those. Pop them on here instead of the seat. And then if the sun comes out or the wind starts to blow, we can turn on the generator and we'll be there. Another thing, of course, we could do, there's the wind blowing. Another thing we could do is plug a second generator on the back of a trailer. Keep blowing, wind, keep blowing. Doing a great job. still don't, son. I don't do these things the hard way. So doing this at night. I did it at night on the other one as well. Okay, job done. Turn off that generator. And we have surface, full, and dim node. I'll only open the one. Okay. I think we are coming up to the hour. Time passes so quickly in this game. I'm going to call that a day for this episode. We've achieved a lot. We've collected our tungsten. We've been gifted, excuse my cough, a medium generator, which is a lot of power in a small space. We've set up a research chamber. We've what else have we got? Stilgar, of course. The most important thing is we have our free oxygen as long as we can keep feeding Stilgar. So we are doing very nicely. We will stay on Calidor and do a few more things here before we go. But for now, it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from him. Goodbye.